Hi friends, this is Mohan Raghavan. Today we are going to see Novice Machine Learning End-to-End Project Part 2. In previous video, we have seen what is the big picture and how to understand the business requirement for this end-to-end project by referring the book Hands-on Machine Learning with Scikit-learn and TensorFlow. So today we are going to see how to get the data. So as the steps goes on, look at the big picture we already covered. So now we are going to see the get the data. Before starting, I hope everyone has the required installations such as Python 3.x version, Jupyter Notebook, Pandas, Matplotlib, and URLlib and tar file. So let's start with practicals. Here we are starting with extracting the file from the particular URL, which is like GitHub URL. And manually we can download the file, but however, it's better to create one function so that in future, if they change any files or if they update the files, we can use the same function to get the URL or to get the file again. So here we have different kinds of modules which are required for the downloading and extracting the archive file. So now we have the download root. So root URL is there, and after that we will be adding some more child URL. So which will be the part of our input file. Then after we are creating some folder structure in local with the subfolders like dataset. Inside that we will be creating the housing. Now coming to the function will be creating the folder structure if it is not available in your current working directory. Then after we are going to create two paths. One is like the path which are available in the, let's say, housing URL, that means the root URL. Then after we are going to create another path where we need to download the file. So here you can see the housing URL will be our input and TGZ path will be our place where we are going to save our output file. And after that we are using the URL lib request URL retrieve. Here we are giving the input source and we are giving here the destination folder structure. Then we are opening the extraction file or archive file. Then after we will be extracting all the things like zip file and we are closing the file. So just calling this function. Now you can see this is the source. From this URL we are getting the targeted input file and after that we are saving into this current folder. And however, in the inside the function we have extracted the file also. If you go to the folder structure you will come to know. So this is the path. Current working directory is YAML E2E. Under that I have created the datasets and housing by using the function. Then you can see the extracted zip file and after that you can see the extracted file from the zip file. Now we are going to download this file into the pandas. So for that we have again created one more function, load housing data. Then housing path was given. So you know what is housing path now. So in that path we are just taking the Excel file because now we have extracted that file, the CSV file, by using this function. So now the housing CSV file is there and we are getting that file. So now CSV path is ready. With that CSV path we are going to read the file, read CSV from the pandas library. Then the read data will be sent as a return value. Now we have the two predefined function. One is to go to the particular URL and get the function, get the extraction archive file. Then it will extract that file to that location. And second function we have go to the particular location and get the CSV file with the name of housing. And it will read the data and it will send back the data again. So now we are coming back to this one, housing, load housing data, which is the above function. It will read the data from the CSV file and it will return you the data. Now housing.head will give you the very high level information, or let's say first 5 records to see how the data looks like and how many columns it has. Because if you have, let's say, lakhs of record, it's not possible to show everything in the console or in the Jupyter notebook. So for that reason, if you use the head function, it will give only the top 5 rows. Then after housing.info, again, it is giving the basic information about your data. So about our data, we can directly open the file and see here as well. So you can see it has 10 columns. Then after you can go to the last, so 20,641 rows and it has 10 columns. But however, for smaller data it's fine, but in your case if you have larger data, that time this housing info will be helpful because it shows how many data columns. It has total 10 data columns and each data column name and its number of rows and its non-null and it's the type of data. And if you see, ocean proximity is the only data type which has the object, not the float. And if you see the, let's say, bedrooms, it's not fully filled. Let's say for example other data are 20,640, but here it is less. It means that it has some null values as well. So here data types, you can see total data types. So out of 10 columns, 9 columns having float 64 and one is object type, and memory usage as well. And next one, the basic is housing.describe. So with the data, if you use the describe formula, you will get some basic statistical measures, or let's say required metrics such as like count, mean, standard deviation, mean, max, and 25 percentile, 50 percentage, 75 percentile. And however, it's an optional thing, matplotlib. You can see the histograms of the given columns. Here we have given the 50 bins for each data column. So now you can see this. When you compare with one, let's say latitude, so you can see, or let's say take the longitude. So longitude min is 119. If you go to the longitude, you can see 119 will be our starting point. Sorry, min is minus 124. So you can start as minus 124. And you can see the maximum is 114. So minus 114 you can see. So which means that your column values will be plotted in the x-axis and the values will be, or the number of occurrences will be in the y-axis. So by seeing this, you can clearly understand x-axis is the data points and y-axis is the frequency. So now you can see any data column and you can understand in which particular values or which particular intervals the data has been distributed more. So for example, if you consider median house value from 10,000 to 20,000, the maximum data is being covered here. The same way for bedrooms, you can see consider, let's say 0 to 1000. Let's say in other columns such as like housing median range. So if you consider 10 to 40 will be the maximum data will be available in this range. And one more thing here is median income. So median income starts from 2 to 4. So here you can see the median income. Again, you need to clearly understand what is the scaling values for these data sets. For example, sometimes they will give in the lakhs or sometimes they will give in the thousands. We need to understand that one. And we need to be clear on whether they have used any capping. So capping in the sense, will they decide any maximum and minimum values for any data column? So those kind of scenarios we need to understand after seeing this data. But as part of this video, we are going to see how to get the data from particular URL and how to load the data into the pandas framework, let's say pandas data format, and how to see the basic information of our data, let's say sample data at heading only first 5 lines, or let's say basic information about our data and its data types, and we see the minimum metrics or required metrics for our data. And optionally, we have seen how the data is well distributed in the each data column. So that's all about this video. In coming video, we will be seeing what is test data and training data, how to split that one. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.